Portion of the program that we get to every single week. We get a chance to get to our picks, and we have an MVP guest picker who will join us for the Hell of a Block party. He is a young man. He's got his situation with the Georgia Tech here on the way it's supposed to be. Ashton joins us here on the 680 College Game Day Show. Ashton, thank you for joining us here on 680 The Fan today.
Absolutely, guys. Thank you for having me. I'm a big fan of yours, Wiley, a big baseball guy.
All right.
Georgia Tech, so thanks for having me. It's going to be fun.
What do you like most about Georgia Tech this season? A lot of offense, been some scary moments in Colorado, in Wake Forest, last week at Boston College. What are you taking away from this season up to this point of the season?
You know, what I really love is Coach Key's whole team. The way they play, they're just so motivated. And you talk about these close games. We saw a couple in NC State, Boston College, and we're talking about Wake Forest and Colorado. This team is so resilient, and that's definitely the biggest thing with them, and that's why the committee loves him so much. And you talk about talent, the talent he's brought into this, and the culture he's built. The fan base is behind him, so I'm really enjoying it. And also, Haynes King. This past week I've never seen more Haynes for Heisman shirts. That just came up out of nowhere. So I'm really excited, and this game is, in my lifetime, probably one of the biggest games that'll be here at Bobby Dodd.
Yeah, and it could be the resurgence of a program and a fan base that has been dying for a game like tonight. All right, Ashton, you're going to be the MVP celebrity picker today. You pick 4 games, break down why you're picking, and we'll go through them. So let's get with your first pick of the day.
All right, well, the first one we'll stay in the ACC, Cal at Stanford.
The band is out on the field.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Going into the crates with that.
Yeah, hope the band doesn't go on the field for this one. I don't think they will. I think Cal will hand this one to Stanford. Big win 2 weeks ago for Cal, clinching a bowl game against Louisville. And I think they'll run away with this one. They had a big, promising season at the start.
Right.
They looked to be a big contender in the ACC. Stanford's one of those teams too that keeps teams close. It's similar with Florida in the SEC. They keep teams close, but they can't finish. But I like Cal in this one.
Can I say this about Cal real quick? They got you ready for me to butcher this name? Their freshman quarterback's legit. Sagapulo Tele, I think is close to how I said it.
I'm gonna take it.
I'm telling you, in the world of NIL, I guess I'll just say it, but I'm curious to see where he's playing next year, because that guy has put up some serious. he looks the part. He's made some great throws, and I was watching that Cal Louisville game on the plane. I was flying home that night from Texas, and I knew that if Cal won that game, Georgia Tech was back in control of its own destiny. And let me tell you, I was the biggest Cal Golden Bear fan of all time that night. I was fist pumping in the aisle. I think I hit a stewardess at one point by accident, but it all worked out.
All right, Ashton, your second pick of the day.
Second pick will go over to the SEC. Tennessee at Florida in the Swamp. This is a pretty big game, and we're talking about Florida and how similar they are to Stanford. And Tennessee's only a 3.5 favorite. And there's a lot of trap games tonight, and I'm really excited for this one. Florida have a lot of guys injured, and Tennessee is going into the Swamp in a night game. It'll be a fun one, and I think Tennessee is just a little more talented when it comes to their offense. So I like Tennessee, but it'll be close for 3 quarters and then part in the 4th quarter.
Now, the SEC, they say it just means more. This one doesn't mean diddly, because Florida has been a disaster. And it's really too bad, because before Billy Napier got fired, they were in some games. Their offense was just awful. DJ Lagway was just awful, and it's too bad. They couldn't see any development of the offense, where a game like this, which is typically, a game that does have meaning on the line, would mean more. All right, so what is pick number 3 for you, Ashton?
Pick number 3, I think is just kind of a weird game. Nebraska going to Penn State.
Okay, I like that.
Penn State, really, not to the season that they wanted.
No.
And Franklin getting fired and then getting hired at Virginia Tech. First of all, I love that.
That's another topic. Yeah, that's very interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. So's the money. Ooh.
Yeah, and I think Virginia Tech's going to have a very solid program coming up in these years, someone to look for. And I think Penn State is still talented. I think they still have a lot of talent. And in this one, 7.5-point favorite against Nebraska. I do like how Nebraska's playing, though, in the Big Ten. So It's going to be close again, but I like Penn State in this one.
You know, when you lose your coach and your starting quarterback, the same week, the emotional hurdles that you have to overcome, sometimes they're too high for you to do that, so it's just too bad for the Nittany Lions. All right, your final pick.
Final pick, we have to go over to Cincinnati, BYU and Cincinnati.
I like this game. I like this game.
And I was looking at this, and if Georgia Tech Pitt wasn't a night one, I'd be watching this
100%.
100%. And this is huge implications for both squads. Cincinnati can play big spoiler here, and they still have a shot at Big 12 championship.
Yep.
So, look, these two teams are about as equal as they come. And at Cincinnati, BYU is going into a big trap game. They have to get this one done, and I think BYU just has a little more manpower, a little more resiliency. I like BYU going into Cincinnati game.
It's an out of here game. I come out of here game.
Yeah.
BYU loses. They're out of here.
Out of here.
They had their opportunity last week, and they were pushed around. And now you can't lose back to back. You do have to go on the road tonight. But if you lose back to back weeks, and you were propped up really high, the committee showed you a lot of love by being undefeated. You lose 2 weeks in a row, you are going to be out of here. Well, Ashton, we thank you for your time. Clearly a Tech fan.
Yeah, I gotta give my man a shout out here. He's got a Drew Burris jersey on.
Yeah.
Georgia Tech baseball less than 3 months away. Get 8 to the plate. That's what they say, home team. Get 8 to the plate.
I haven't
Drew
heard
Burris.
that one.
Yeah, no, ACC Freshman of the Year a couple years ago. Got a chance to break Jason Veritek's home run record this spring. So look, we got plenty to look forward to in football. We got basketball going, but if you're thinking about Valentine's Day, you're trying to do something special for the missus, Georgia Tech baseball. I'm telling you, be a hit.
All right, it's a lady's choice. If it's the choice of the ladies, I'm for it.
What else would she choose?
She should choose happiness and choose Georgia Tech.
Yeah, Georgia Tech baseball.
Right. Well, Ashton, we thank you for your time. You're certainly going to have an opportunity to see something that could be special. We hope you and everybody in here gets a chance to see it, and we thank you for listening here on 680 The Fan.
All right, I appreciate it, guys.
Here he is, our MVP guest picker, Ashton, joining us here on 680 College Game Day. All right.